She said, "My ex is coming to stay with us for a month. Don't make it weird." I nodded. Okay. Then I booked myself a month-long trip to Thailand and rented out my room to a stranger. The panicked calls from the landlord started before my plane took off. I, 28 male, lived with my girlfriend Bethany, 26, for about 8 months in a nice 2-bedroom apartment. We'd been dating for a year and a half total. Split everything 50-50 on rent, utilities, groceries. Both our names on the lease. I thought things were going pretty solid until last month when she dropped this bomb on me. We're eating dinner, just regular Tuesday night pasta, when she goes, "So Garrett is coming to stay with us for a month starting next week." Garrett. Her ex-boyfriend. The one she dated for 3 years before me. The one whose photos she still had on her Instagram. The one who was going through a rough time every few months and needed her emotional support via late-night phone calls. Me, what do you mean staying with us? Bethany, his lease ended and his new place won't be ready for a month. He needs somewhere to crash. And you just decided this? Rolling her eyes. Don't be dramatic. He'll sleep on the couch. It's just temporary. You don't think maybe we should have discussed this first? I'm discussing it with you now. Look, he's my friend. We ended on good terms. You need to be mature about this. Don't make it weird. The way she said it, like I was the problem for having completely normal boundaries, like not wanting your girlfriend's ex living in your apartment for a month was somehow immature. When did you tell him yes? Pause. Last week. Last week. So this discussion is just you informing me. Stop being so insecure. It's not attractive. Either you trust me or you don't. Ah, yes, the classic manipulation move. Turn reasonable concerns into trust issues. Make me the bad guy for having feelings about her unilateral decision. Me, deep breath. Okay. Surprised. Okay? Really? Yeah. You're right. I should be more mature about this. She actually smiled, reached over and squeezed my hand. Thank you, baby. I knew you'd understand. It means a lot that you're being so cool about this. Cool. Yeah. Super cool. That night, while Bethany was in the shower, I opened my laptop. If she could make unilateral decisions about our living situation, so could I. Found a decent flight to Thailand, leaving in 5 days. 1 month stay. Used my entire emergency fund, but honestly, worth it. Booked it. Then came the interesting part. Posted in a local housing group, room available for sublet. 1 month, fully furnished, starting Monday. $800, my half of the rent. First come, first served. Within an hour, I had 12 responses. Picked this guy Jerome, who seemed normal enough. Worked IT, just needed a place while his divorce finalized. We met for coffee the next day. He paid cash up front. I gave him a key. Didn't tell Bethany any of this. She was too busy making plans for Garrett's arrival. Buying extra pillows for the couch. Stocking his favorite beer. She remembered his favorite beer, but forgot my birthday last month. Clearing space in the bathroom cabinet. Sunday night. The night before both Garrett's arrival and my departure. Bethany, thanks again for being so understanding about this. Of course, actually I figured since you need space to reconnect with Garrett, I'd give you guys some room. Laughing. Don't be silly. You live here. About that, I'm heading to Thailand tomorrow. Month-long trip. Already arranged for someone to cover my portion of the rent. Her face went through about 6 different emotions. Confusion, disbelief, anger, panic. What? You can't just leave. Why not? You made a decision about our living situation without me. I'm making one too. That's completely different. Where will you even stay? Already booked? Hostels, some cheap hotels, been wanting to do this for years. And who is covering your rent? Me. Guy named Jerome. He'll be here tomorrow morning to move in. You rented out your room to a stranger? Don't make it weird. Either you trust me or you don't. Her mouth opened and closed like a fish. The audacity of using her own words back at her. Bethany. You can't do this. I don't know this person. This is insane. Me, it's just temporary. 1 month. You need to be mature about this. I kept packing. She kept arguing. Threats were made about calling the landlord, about this being illegal, about me being a terrible boyfriend. I just kept folding shirts. Update 1. My flight was at 2 p.m. Monday. Jerome was showing up at 10 a.m. with his stuff. Garrett was arriving sometime in the afternoon, according to Bethany. Morning was tense. Bethany hadn't talked to me since our argument. She was rage cleaning the apartment, slamming cabinet doors. 10 a.m. sharp, doorbell rings. Jerome's there with 2 suitcases and a laptop bag. Professional-looking guy, mid-30s, friendly enough. Jerome, hey, ready to move in? This must be Bethany? Bethany, ice cold. Who are you? Me, Bethany, this is Jerome. Jerome, Bethany. He'll be staying in my room while I'm gone. To Bethany. Thanks for being so accommodating. Going through a rough divorce, really appreciate having a stable place for the month. I didn't agree to this. Looking confused. The ad said the room was available? Me, it is. Let me show you around. Gave Jerome the tour while Bethany followed us, seething. Showed him my room, now his, the bathroom, kitchen. He seemed pleased. Normal guy, respectful, even offered to buy groceries for the house. Bethany pulled me aside while Jerome was settling in. Bethany, you need to tell him to leave. Now. Me can't do that. He paid up front. We have an agreement. Bethany, this is my home too. Me and Garrett is your ex. Guess we're all making choices here. My Uber to the airport arrived at 11:30. As I was loading my bags, Bethany's phone rang. Garrett, he was almost there. The panic in her eyes was chef's kiss. Wait, no, that's cliché. The panic in her eyes was delicious, pure, unadulterated realization that she now had to explain to her ex that her current boyfriend had bailed and rented his room to a stranger. Bethany, please don't do this. We can talk about it. Me, we should have talked about it before you invited your ex to live with us. Have a great month. Got in the Uber. Turned on airplane mode. Thailand, here I come. Turned my phone back on when I landed in Bangkok for my connection. 31 missed calls from Bethany. 18 from an unknown number, the landlord Richard. 14 texts from Bethany's best friend Denise calling me trash. 6 voicemails I didn't bother listening to. 1 text from Jerome. Hey man, things are a bit tense here, but I'm settled in. The other guy showed up and it's awkward AF. Is this some kind of situation I should know about? Replied, my girlfriend's ex, she invited him without asking me. Enjoy the show. LMAO, this is better than reality TV. BW, your landlord stopped by. Seemed pretty upset. Update 2. 3 days into my Thailand trip, was having an amazing time. Street food, temples, met some cool people at the hostel. Then the email started. From Richard. Subject, urgent, lease violation. I need you to call me immediately. There is an unauthorized tenant in your apartment. This is a violation of your lease agreement. If this is not resolved within 48 hours, I will begin eviction proceedings. Interesting. Replied back. Hi Richard, I'm currently traveling. I've sublet my room temporarily to cover my portion of the rent while I'm away. Bethany invited her ex-boyfriend to stay in the apartment for a month without discussing it with me first, so I made my own arrangements. Jerome is a responsible tenant who has paid rent up front. If there are concerns, please discuss with Bethany, as she initiated the situation by inviting her ex to live with us. Richard replied within an hour. Both of you are on the lease. Both of you are responsible. No subletting without written permission. The unauthorized man needs to leave immediately. Me. Which unauthorized man? Jerome, who is paying rent, or Garrett, who is staying for free? Radio silence for a day. Then got a text from Jerome. Landlord came by again. Lost his mind when he found out there were 2 extra people living here. Your girl tried to explain but made it worse. He's threatening to evict everyone. Also, her ex is walking around in his underwear. It's weird here, dude. Screenshots started coming in from Denise's Instagram story. Apparently, she was documenting this injustice for the world to see. When your best friend's boyfriend abandons her with a stranger because he can't handle her having male friends. Toxic masculinity at its finest. The comments were hilarious. Half calling me controlling, half pointing out that living with an ex for a month wasn't exactly normal male friend behavior. Then Bethany found a way to call me through WhatsApp. Bethany, you need to come back now. Richard is going to evict us. Me, evict us for having guests? Jerome is not a guest. You rented out your room. That's illegal. And Garrett? That's different. He's just crashing here. For a month. Sounds like a tenant to me. I'm going to lose my apartment because of you. You created this situation. I just matched your energy. Garrett and I aren't even doing anything. He sleeps on the couch. Cool. I'm sleeping in a hostel bunk bed, living our best lives. She hung up. Got another text from Jerome an hour later. Your ex's ex just used my coffee mug. The disrespect. Also, they're fighting about you. She keeps saying you're being petty and he's trying to comfort her. With back rubs. On the couch. I'm watching this from the kitchen. This is wild. Me. Back rubs? Bro, full shoulder massage. She's crying. He's telling her she deserves better. I'm eating cereal and watching. Update 3 week 2 in Thailand. Had just finished an incredible diving course when the real drama started. Got a video from Jerome. He'd started documenting everything because, in his words, no one would believe this otherwise. The video. Bethany and Garrett in a full screaming match. Garrett was yelling about how she led him on, and Bethany was crying about how this wasn't supposed to happen like this. Jerome. Day 9. The exes have become hostile. The sexual tension has turned to actual tension. I'm just trying to work from home. Then came the Facebook post from Bethany. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. Some people would rather run away to another country than have an adult conversation about boundaries and trust. Single and ready to heal. The comments were immediate. Her mom, what happened, sweetie? Denise, so proud of you for choosing yourself. Random friend, wait, didn't you move your ex in? Another friend, didn't you just post couple photos last week? But the best part? Garrett commented, you deserve someone who fights for you, not someone who runs. My dude, you're literally the ex who she moved in. Then came the text from my buddy Theo who lived in the same complex. Bro, cops are at your apartment. My heart stopped for a second. Called him immediately. Theo, yeah man, 2 cops. Your girl called them. Said there was an intruder. Me, Jerome? Yeah, but he has a rental agreement you signed. Cops looked annoyed. Your landlord is here too. It's a whole thing. Within an hour, Richard the landlord sent another email. This is unacceptable. I've reviewed the situation. You have sublet without permission. Bethany has moved in an unauthorized occupant. Both are lease violations. You have 30 days from today to vacate the premises. Eviction proceedings will begin if you're not out by then. 30 days. We were being evicted. Bethany called again, hysterical. We're being evicted. Are you happy now? You called the cops on Jerome? He's a stranger in my home. A stranger who's paying rent, unlike Garrett. Stop bringing up Garrett. This isn't about him. This is literally entirely about him. You moved him in without asking me. I didn't move him in. It was temporary. So is Jerome. I'm going to be homeless because of you. No, you're going to be homeless because you thought you could do whatever you wanted without consequences. She hung up again. Jerome texted, cops were cool. Showed them my agreement. They told your girl this was a civil matter. Landlord looked like he wanted to murder everyone. Also, Garrett packed his stuff and left. Said this was too much drama. Your girl is now crying alone in her room. I feel kinda bad. Me, don't. She created this situation. Fair. BTW, I'm probably gonna need to move out soon. Landlord was pretty clear about eviction. Me, I'll refund you half the rent. Nah man. This has been worth every penny. My divorce was boring compared to this. Final update came back after exactly 30 days. Had an incredible trip. Did everything I wanted to do in Thailand. Made friends, experienced amazing food, even had a brief romance with a British girl named Holly, who was also escaping relationship drama. We both knew it was temporary, just 2 people finding comfort in chaos. Perfect. My return flight landed at 6 p.m. on a Thursday. Hadn't told anyone I was coming back. Wanted to see the aftermath myself. Took an Uber straight to the apartment. My key still worked. Walked in to find nothing. The place was almost empty. Bethany's stuff was gone. Jerome's stuff was gone. Even the couch was missing. Only things left were my belongings, packed in boxes in what used to be my room, and a letter on the kitchen counter. The letter from Bethany. I hope you're happy. You destroyed everything over your stupid ego and jealousy. Garrett was just a friend who needed help, and you turned it into this whole thing. We're being evicted because of your illegal subletting. I had to move back in with my parents. Do you know how humiliating that is at 26? Jerome turned out to be going through a divorce because he cheated on his wife, BTW. Great judge of character you are. He left after 2 weeks when the landlord threatened legal action. I packed your stuff. Don't contact me. We're done. I can't believe I wasted almost 2 years on someone so immature and petty. P.S. Garrett and I aren't together, so congrats, you ruined my relationship for nothing. I laughed. Actually laughed. She still didn't get it. Still thought she was the victim in all this. Found another note, this one from Jerome. Hey man, had to bounce early. Landlord was getting legal and my lawyer said not to complicate my divorce. Your ex is something else. She tried to seduce me to make you jealous, showed me the text she was gonna send you. When I said no, she called me a creep. Wild times. Good luck with everything. JPS, the ex-boyfriend came back twice trying to comfort her. She shut him down both times. Think you actually did her a favor showing her he ain't it. Checked my email. Message from Richard. Landlord, your possessions must be removed by end of week. Bethany has already vacated. The lease termination paperwork has been filed. Security deposit is forfeit due to lease violations from both parties. Fair enough. Security deposit was worth the lesson. Took me 2 days to move out. Found a new studio apartment pretty quick. More expensive, but all mine. No drama, no exes, no complications. Heard through mutual friends what happened next. Bethany posted a bunch of healing journey content on Instagram. Started dating someone new within a month. That guy dumped her when she suggested her best friend, Oliver, needed to stay with them for a few weeks. Garrett got engaged to someone else 3 months later. Denise stopped talking to Bethany after she tried to move in with her and brought drama to her place too. Me, I'm doing great. Learned a valuable lesson about boundaries and self-respect. Sometimes the best response to absurd demands isn't arguing or negotiating. It's just matching that energy and letting people experience the consequences of their own choices. Oh, and Bethany was wrong about one thing. It wasn't about jealousy or ego. It was about respect. She didn't respect me enough to discuss major decisions about our living situation, so I didn't respect her enough to stick around for the consequences of hers. Would I do it again? Absolutely. That month in Thailand was incredible. The diving certification, the friends I made, the perspective I gained, worth every penny and every bit of drama. To anyone facing similar situations, you don't have to accept disrespect just to keep the peace. Sometimes the most mature response to someone trying to manipulate you into accepting an insane situation is to simply remove yourself from it entirely. Final thought. If someone ever tells you not to make it weird about something that's inherently weird, that's your cue to make it as weird as possible. They're counting your politeness to let them walk all over you. Don't let them.